Hey guys, Steve Welch here, Beaman Toyota in Nashville. It's coming up on dusk now, but for what I want to show you guys today, I can definitely use this amount of light. So what I'm going to show you here is 25 things that you didn't know about the Rav4. And this is going to be impressive for most of you guys. I've spent most of the day kind of putting this list together to be able to show you guys exactly what... rice burner over there, exactly what is on this list. All right, so I've got my list here. I've done this all myself. I'm going to go ahead and go through my list here and show you some things that I think will impress you about the Rav4. All right, so very specifically speaking, I'm talking about the 2019 and newer, so the new body style, which you see behind me here, but I will reference the prior generation, which was the 2013 through the 2018 model. So definitely bear with me here. The lights are turning on. You're gonna hear a little buzzing here, but that'll just help us to see a little bit better as we talk here. So anyway, what we're doing here. So the very first thing I want to show you is that, like I was just saying, in 2019, the body style changed. All right, you can take a good look at the body style. You can see some things that are a little bit different here. In the back, this one's an XLE Premium, right? So you kind of get a look here. So very, very beautiful, beautiful look to these cars. Now, what most people don't realize is they actually changed the RAV4 to more mimic the Tacoma and the pickup truck, because they actually had done some research and they figured out that most people had thought that the previous generation RAV4 looked too feminine. So they thought it was a girl's car, I guess is what they're saying, but they thought it looked too feminine. So Toyota actually went through, took that to heart, and made it look a little bit more masculine. So they wanted to make it to where everybody could love the car. So that's pretty much what they did. And you can see all the different looks that they've done. They've got looks that have black roofs, like the XSE Hybrid. That's the silver one that's right there. And definitely you can do it in a hybrid and a non-hybrid, all-wheel drive. All of that is available. So, but that is number one. So the second one down the list here. So the body style changed. They also redid the engine. All right. So your engine is now the, it's a 2.5 liter, which is exactly what it was before, but they've now paired it with a 8-speed automatic transmission. So, two things happened when they paired it with that automatic transmission. Number one is the fuel economy actually got better. So your 0 to 60 time got better, but your fuel economy went up 3 to 5 miles per gallon per like vehicle. So if it was an all-wheel drive to an all-wheel drive, you got about 3, 4, 5 miles per gallon better than you did in the previous generation. So that's something that's really cool to note, that you got better fuel economy. Well, most people go, well, if you're going to get better fuel economy, well, that usually means that your horsepower is worse. It doesn't have as much power, as much get up. Well, that's where you're wrong when it comes to the RAV4. So you went from a 8.3 second 0 to 60 time to an 8.1 second 0 to 60 time, as opposed to the previous generation. But your horsepower went from 178 horsepower to 203 horsepower. So you actually got 25 better horsepower in the new RAV4 while getting better fuel economy. So that is a unheard of thing when it comes to most vehicles, that you're not usually going to get better horsepower and better fuel economy. All right, so I do want to note something else here. So I told you can get an all-wheel drive. By the way, you'll always know on the back of a gas RAV4 if it's all-wheel drive or not. It'll say AWD there. So obviously, like this limited one here is not an all-wheel drive, of course. The XLE there is an all-wheel drive. LE there is an all-wheel drive. You can get an all-wheel drive in every trim level. The one that you're going to notice that's different is hybrid. It doesn't say all-wheel drive down here, but if you actually look, you'll notice right there it does say all-wheel drive. All right, so here's the third thing down on our list and it's that all of your RAV4 hybrids are all-wheel drive. All right, they're all all-wheel drive, and they all have no mechanical connection between the front and the rear wheels. All right, they are independent of each other, so they can actually turn at different rates if they need to, for safety, stability, for performance. They can do all of that for you, so they turn at different rates. So, and you can put 50% to the back wheels should you need to in the all-wheel drives. So you can have 50% front, 50% to the back. So also the XSEs, something else I'm just going to throw in as a fun thing. Your XSEs will have the black roof. Those are the only ones that have the black roofs are your XSE hybrids. So those are, if you're looking for a black roof, that's the only ones that are going to have it. All right. So that's like 3.5 because I just threw that in there, and that's not on my list of the 25. So I'm giving you some bonus content here, guys. All right. So the other thing I'm going to tell you is that you can get, all right, and I'm going to start walking back this way. You can get heated seats in your XLE and above RAV4. Now, the one that we were looking at right here, this is an XLE Premium. All right, XLE Premiums will have leather seats on the inside, and I didn't have this one open, but we'll kind of peer through the window. All right, so you can see you'll have leather seats on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and open this one kind of while I'm standing here, but so if you have this Premium here, leather seats on the inside, but they're not necessarily a heated seat. All right, you have to have the winter weather package in order to have a heated seat on it. You can also have it in the cloth. All right, so if you have a cloth RAV4, you can have that package. So how do you tell if you have the weather package? This one's got it. All right, you'll see your heated windshield wipers, and I'll try to zoom right on here. Heated windshield wipers, heated steering wheel right there, rain sensing windshield wipers, so you'll have your auto up there, and then in the center you have your heated seats. Right there are your heated seats on either side. So and you can see your leather as well. We were talking about having your leather here. This is an XLE Premium. All right, can be all-wheel drive, can be two-wheel drive. All right, so beautiful, beautiful cars, right? So, but you got all of that on there. Fabric seats are only on your LE RAV4 and on your XLE non-premium, but your LE RAV4 will never have the ability to have a heated seat unless you added it like after the fact. But the XLE can have a cloth heated seat as long as you have that same weather package that I just spoke to you about. So I don't know if this one's got it or not, but if it did, this could have a cloth seat that's heated. All right, so in order for it to be, if you have a dealer that's looking for it, maybe they're not as well versed on what they're looking for, they need to look for a CY package. All right, that's the package code for Toyota to have that that winter weather package there. So but it is a very, very cool option to have. So also going to show you here, next one down on the list, power up, power down, back door. All right, so if you hit the button, and I've got the key in my pocket, so if I hit the button, I can do the power up, power down, back door back here. All right, so, and everything above the XLE is going to have this tray, and I'm getting a little bit off my list, but it's going to have this tonneau cover here. XLE and above will have that tonneau cover. So what I'm doing right now is the number 6. You saw I just opened the door with the smart key. So everything above the LE will have a push button start. All right, so push button start, everything above the LE. The only caveat to that is the hybrid LE will have a push button start. There's your push button right there. I had that in my pocket, which allowed me to open the car, open the back gate. Once I got close, I can actually touch that and lock it, but it'll tell me that it's not available to lock right now. Also a push button start. So you just put your foot on the brake and you can start it. All right. So now number 6, and I'm going to start trying to go a little bit quicker. Number 6, you have this compartment down here for your spare tire. All right. I'm going to go ahead and turn this light on. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Maybe it won't. But if you look at this tray. You can pull this tray completely out. You can whip it around. You can do whatever you need to, and you'll see everything that's under there. Here is something cool. You can turn this tray upside down and use this material, which is a plastic. Easier to wipe it off. You have a pet, something like that under there. That's great. Now what else I want to show you is you actually have two levels, which I don't know if I can get my hand to where I can show you here. Two levels that you can put this back piece in. So if you pull this out a little bit, you'll see this drop. All right. Now once this drops, and let me hold it right here. I'm trying to do it with one hand, but once it drops, you're going to see that it can actually go on a different level, and it can actually slide further down. So what that does is that actually can increase your cargo space in the back. So if you need more room in the back, just come to this second level. Once you come to that second level, you're going to be able to have more room in the back, and you're going to be able to and then, like I said, you're going to be able to turn that over and not have a big issue. All right, so next one, I'm going to have number 7, comparable hybrids. So we already talked a little bit about the hybrid. Comparable hybrids are only $800 different than their counterparts. So now XSE is a trim level on its own, but if you go to or XSE, I think I said XLE. XSE is a trim level on its own, but if you have an LE hybrid, and it's an LE all-wheel drive compared to an LE hybrid all-wheel drive, of course, all the hybrids are all-wheel drive, like I already told you a couple segments ago, the difference will be roughly $800 if they're like equipped. So if you've got a bunch of options on an LE non-hybrid, it's going to be more expensive than the LE hybrid. You've got a bunch of options on the LE hybrid, then it can obviously be more than $800. But if you have absolutely the same thing, maybe you only have floor mats on it and they're absolutely the same setup, except one's hybrid and one's LE all-wheel drive, that will have an $800 difference between those two. So definitely wanted to tell you that. So all Rav4s also have a touch screen. You can have two different screens on the vehicle. So this one's an LE. If you look in there, that's a 7-inch screen. This one that I've already got open, and I'm saving some time here, trying not to make this video an hour long, but this one's an 8-inch screen. So that's the JBL 14 speakers. The other one has 6 speakers. So you're gonna have one of those two features in this one. All right. So also gonna note too that the Limited will have heated and cooled seats with the weather package. So if you have that weather package we talked about earlier, you're gonna have heated and cooled seats within that weather package. So that's something that's really cool to get as well. All right, so 10 airbags in your RAV4, that's number 9. So, back up one thing on the screens from the last level. They also all have backup cameras. That is standard on all levels of the RAV4. Only difference between the two is one's playing on an 8-inch screen, one's playing on a 7. But it plays on your radio screen in the very center there. So now number 9, like I said, 10 airbags in the RAV4. So you've got including your steering wheel, you've got your passenger side airbag. You also have airbags that will protect your knees. Those will pop out right here. I don't know how well you guys can see that. See, it says SRS airbag right there. Don't know how you guys can see that there, but that is what you see there. But you have those on both sides, passenger side airbags for your knees, driver's side airbags, all of that. You also have a roll sensing side curtain airbag that actually sense if you ever rolled your vehicle. So that's something else that is very nice to know, that you're protected with 10 airbags, including seat airbags. There's a lot of protection there for you should you ever need it, which I hope you do not. All right, Safety Sense 2.0 is standard. I have a video out that shows you Safety Sense. I'm driving a RAV4 in it. Definitely check that video out because I go over it, and it's probably a 30-minute video, so it's very, very in-depth as to what it is. I don't want to add that much time to this video, but I do want to let you know Safety Sense that will keep you safe. Lane departure, dynamic radar cruise control, lane tracing, pre-collision system, automatic headlights, automatic high beams, and road sign assist. All those are standard on your 20 19 and above RAV4. All right, so that one is number 10. Number 11, all right, your power raise and lower tailgate, which you saw me do right here, is available on every trim level except the LE. With the XLE, you need a CP package, which is a convenience package to get it, but it is available on it. But it is standard on everything above that. All right, and I'm trying to keep this thing rolling here for us. So the Camry, this is number 13. Camry is the best-selling sedan in the U.S., so it outsells everything. The RAV4 is the best-selling Toyota. All right, so here's your numbers. All right, your RAV4 in 2018 sold 427,168. Camry in 18 sold 343,439. In 19, the RAV4 sold 448,068, while the Camry sold 336,000, a little more than 100,000 less, 978. In 2020, the RAV4 sold 430,387, and the Camry sold 294,348. Those are from the numbers that I found online. All right, so you can see that the RAV4 is a amazing vehicle, and it's going to sell a lot. All right, so now your RAV4, you actually have three different. This one's number 15. So actually, let me back up. RAV4 number 14, the hybrids used to have a hump, which this one kind of looks like how the hump used to look. It had a little hump that was over where the battery went. As of this year, or as of the 19, it does not matter if you have a hybrid or a non-hybrid, your cargo space is identical. All right, so now number 15, you actually have three different tow ratings depending on which RAV4 you have. All right, so if you have the LE RAV4, the XLE RAV4, the limited RAV4, you have a 1,500 pound tow rating. Add a hybrid to it, you have a 1,750 pound tow rating. That's right, your tow rating is better on the hybrid. All right, but if you get the Adventure, like this one is, or the TRD Off-Road, you actually have a 3,500 pound tow rating. Same engine, same transmission, but they beefed up the frame on these guys. So you actually have three different tow ratings available. You can tow 3,500 pounds with the Adventure or the TRD Off-Road. All right, so that is definitely something to note. If you plan on towing, or you'd like to tow, but you're thinking you can't get a RAV4 because you got 2,500 pounds to tow, look at the Adventure or look at the Off-Road. Those are options for you. All right, so your mirrors, your locks, your windows, this is number 16, everything's power. Mirrors, locks, windows, everything's power. You also have, like this one's broke back here. And when I say broke, it means because they're breakaway. So if you need to, you can fold them in for a car wash. Also, if somebody's walking through a parking lot and walks past your mirror, it will also break the opposite way. But when I say break, it's not broken. It will obviously fall right back into place. But it's meant to not have somebody leave the mirror in a parking lot because they bumped it while they walked past your car. All right, so if you get out and you notice your mirror is looking wrong, just pull it back. Really, really easy. All right, so they also wanted to show you that those mirrors were moved from the side, which was up here. They were moved from there down to the side of the car. By doing that, they increased the visibility in the vehicle, and they actually made it to where your blind spots are less and made a safer car. So that's another thing that Toyota's done that is really, really awesome there. So we are now up to number 17. Number 17 is a fun one. And we get a helicopter over top of us. Fun to be in downtown Nashville. Number 17 is this right here. And you may or may not be able to see that, but that is your blind spot warning. Blind spot warning is standard on the RAV4 for everything that is above the LE. So if you have an XLE in a RAV4, you have a standard blind spot monitor with rear cross traffic alert. I'll explain rear cross traffic alert here quick in a second. But once you're above the XLE, you're gonna have that standard. In the LE, you can have it in the LE if you have the option. All right, so if the option's installed on the LE, and very easy to tell if it is, obviously if you look at the sticker you see it, but like this one doesn't have one there. If it's on the mirror and it has those pictures of those two little cars on the mirror, then you'll know you have blind spot monitors on your vehicle. If you don't have those two little, that little car that's in the mirror there, and I was just peeking at this one, it doesn't have it either, then you don't have it. The LE will not automatically have it, but your XLE will have it and above. And that also, like I said, has a rear cross traffic alert, which will alert you with an audible tone and flashing your blind spot monitors if you are backing up and somebody's about to cross behind you. I will also note that sometimes it can get confused if you're in angled parking. So just be careful if it goes off when you're going behind you. It's going to save you more than it will slow you down. Let's put it that way. All right, so we are up to number 20. All right, number 20 is that you will have a power driver's seat with lumbar in everything above the XLE. All right, here's your lumbar right here, the back. This moves forward, this goes up, right? So you have that power seat in everything that is the XLE and above. Now your LE is a manual. All right, when I say manual, there's a couple things that are manual on it, not the transmission. All right, guys. So when I say manual, hang on, let me pause the video here. Somebody just got a wreck. So I think that person's probably all right. I'm going to check on him here in a second, but I do want to show you that this is the manual seat. So you can raise it here, lift this up, and then this will do the back for you for the back seat, and then you have the bar down front that'll move you forward and back. That's what most people are definitely used to, and that person's out of the car and they look okay, in case anybody's wondering. So it looks like there's obviously they're going to need some towing, but and in case somebody's wondering, just wonder, you can kind of take a peek down there and you can kind of see that that person looks all right. So not sure what they hit, but hey, always a interesting time here on the channel. So so now I do want to tell you as well that the telescoping wheels, you have all of your steering wheels on the Rav4. Now none of them are power, but you have this lever right here, all right, and then all of them will telescope in and out, and they'll move up and down, right? So they'll do all that for you. They will lock, and that is standard on your Rav4. Okay, so now Toyota has changed the way that they have built the Rav4. All right, the Rav4 is built, it's a unibody design. So the 4Runner and the trucks, they're built like ladder on frame. Build a frame, set the body on top of it. The unibody is all kind of integrated, all right? Easiest way to kind of describe that. So the Rav4 is built on the TNGA platform. The TNGA is, and we might get some sirens here just so you guys know. The TNGA platform is shared with the Highlander, the Camry, the Rav4, of course, the Avalon, the Venza, the Sienna, and the Lexus ES. And then also, if you're going overseas, the Wildlander, the Suzuki Across, and the Harrier also use that same platform. All right. So that is something on the Rav4. So, all right. All that being said, what's number 24? 24 is actually nice. There are 3 ways to open your back tailgate, which you saw one earlier when I grabbed it and lifted it and hit that button there. And there are 4 ways to close it. All right, so first off, you saw that I would hit that button and that would open it. Also, you have right up here, hit that button, that will close your tailgate. This right here, as we're going down, that's the button that I hit that would open it. Also want to tell you too that if you look real close in that button, there's a little bubble that's over to the right. Let me see if I can get a good view on it. You can't quite, but there's a little bubble that's over on this side right here. And if you hit that, you'll actually be able to lock your doors with the smart key system. So if you're XLE or above, be able to do that. All right, so that's one way to open and close your door there. Then you've also got this button right here, press and hold for 3 seconds, and that will raise or actually lower your tailgate. So whatever it's currently at, you can raise and lower it. And I will mention something else, a little bonus here, is that you can actually change the height of the RAV4 door and how high it goes in the main screen. I've got videos on that as well. All right, so those are two of the ways. The button on the dash, the buttons on the back. Here's your other ways, right? Press and hold here, and you can raise and lower it from just pressing and holding that key fob, and you can raise or lower that very, very easily. You'll get a little flash on your doors and it will come back up. So you have now seen all 3 ways to raise the tailgate, but you're missing one way to lower it. And the one way to lower it, you see this right here, grab this. Once you start pulling it, you'll hear a beep and the car will flash the lights at you and it will take over the rest of the way. That's the 4th way to do it. All right, and kind of summing it up, the last thing I'm going to show you is that on your LE, that you have different wheels and different rims. So your LE will have a steel wheel with a hubcap. It's the only one that's got a hubcap. All right, once you go to the next level, you're going to go to the XLE alloy rim. Now, you're going to look at an LE hybrid and say, well, the hybrid LE has this rim. You're right. There's no hubcap on the hybrid LE. So you're going to notice you start with this rim on the hybrid LE and the hybrid XLE. All right. The rims are specific. All right. Now what I want to show you here is you'll go to this rim is on your XLE Premium, but you're about to say, wait a minute, that looks familiar. This rim's on your Limited. You're right. They do look familiar because the XLE Premium gets the same rim as your Limited. All right, so the Limited and XLE Premium will have the same rims. So what else is different? Your Adventure. Your Adventure and your off-roads will get a different rim. All right, so the off-road will have a TRD rim. Don't have an off-road here to show you, but it has a different rim as well. This is the 25th thing, by the way, if I didn't mention that. And then your XSE hybrid, the one with all the black trim and the black roof, you will have a 5-spoke rim on this. It will look a little bit different. And I'll also tell you that once we get into Limited hybrid, you'll actually have that same rim on your Limited hybrid, except it's going to be chrome, and haven't really scoped one of those out, but I don't know that I do or don't have one of those. There we go. So let's see, Limited hybrid. So didn't know that I didn't have one of those handy, but here we go. And you can kind of take a peek and you can see how your Limited hybrid rims. So reason I'm showing you that is that it is different. So whatever rim you guys have on there, some people ask, can you switch and swap them through different cars? The answer is no, because different rims are on different vehicles. So depending on which vehicle you get, that's the rim that's going to be on it. Some vehicles offer rim options. The RAV4 really doesn't. It's just going to be what it is. So just kind of giving you guys this great little video. I think it's been about all these things that you may or may not have known on your RAV4. So the 25 things that you probably didn't know until you just heard them. Probably didn't want to know until you just heard them, but now that you know them, you're better off for it. So we'll all agree to that. Yeah, we'll agree to that. So we had an eventful little time here. I'll peek and see. So we're just shy of 30 minutes, and man, I thought I was gonna be longer than that, so I think I've done well here. So had an eventful time, even witnessed a little accident, so we're gonna go take a look at them. But Steve Welch, Beamer Toyota in Nashville. Definitely like, subscribe. Let me know if I left anything out that you really like about the RAV4, or if there's something that maybe I don't know about the RAV4. Most of the stuff I do know, so I'd love for somebody to tell me something I don't know. So not trying to be cocky, but I've done this for a while, and I'm usually spot on. but man, I love learning something I don't know. So Steve Welch of Beaman Toyota in Nashville, if you guys want to come down and buy a car from me, I would love to help you guys to buy your next car. Definitely take really good care of you guys, and we'll have a great time. So definitely let me know anything else you guys want to know about the Rav4. Like, subscribe. Appreciate every one of you guys. Comment. I do respond to all the comments, so I do definitely look forward to helping all of you guys, and I hope you guys have a great evening now. For here, it's turned dark as we were talking, but it was dusk when we got out here. It is dark now, so hopefully the absence of light didn't hurt this video, and I hope that you guys definitely take care of me. So definitely like, subscribe. I appreciate every one of you guys. 30 minutes in. Hope you guys have a great day. We will talk to you soon.